Oh! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the review show. In case you haven't noticed by either one, the title of the video, two, the title that's above my head, or three, the fact that there's a vampire-looking guy behind me. We're here to see my thoughts and views on Morbius. So let's just go ahead and get this nice little trailer playing. But anyways, so Morbius. For those of you who don't know, Morbius is a Marvel villain in the Spider-Man universe mainly. He might have fought some other people, I don't know. But he is basically a Dracula, if you will, for Spider-Man's universe and just a villain. The movie seems to be a potential setup for the Sinister Six. Once again, for those of you who don't know, the Sinister Six is a group of villains who all work together. People like Doc Ock, Vulture, all those kind of people kind of fall in that Sinister Six. They started to set up the Sinister Six films in the Andrew Garfield universe. So it'll be interesting to see what that means. Obviously, we kind of missed our mark on doing a review show for Spider-Man No Way Home, which sucks. I thought it was a great movie. But Andrew Garfield is, I've said it 1,000 times, my favorite Spider-Man. And I would love to see him come back. His Spider-Man, I feel, would fit these more darker villains like Venom, like Morbius. It would make a lot more sense. Because I don't think that we're going to have Tobey Maguire come back, which I hope we don't. And I feel like Tom Holland, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if Tom Holland's Spider-Man kind of fits that dark, gritty feel. But main things I wanted to talk about, I'm not going to go too far into the movie. Was the movie worth the watch? I feel yes. Was it an amazing movie? No, it wasn't anything groundbreaking. It wasn't anything that blew me away. It was interesting. The CGI was interesting. The fight scenes were interesting. How he used his powers with the whole the sonar and shit like that. That was pretty cool. It just wasn't... I feel like to make a movie about a villain... Like, you've got to be, like, Joker level, you know? Like, I don't know if these kind of things will ever work. You know? I really don't. So we'll have to see, you know, kind of where this goes. Will this get a sequel? I think that they wanted it to. Will it actually get one? I don't know. From what I heard, it's kind of a big meme thing right now about the fact that no one's watching this movie. I know whenever I went to go see it, there were 12 maybe other people in the theater besides me. So it doesn't seem like a lot of people really care. And if it doesn't get the love and attention that it can, then it doesn't get the money. If it doesn't get the money, then the project doesn't move forward. So it's kind of hard to set up a super villain team whenever, like, I don't know. I just don't think that they're building this right. And I don't know if they can. I don't know if you could ever have a villain type movie that can reach an Avenger level, you know, and not necessarily even need to reach an Avenger level, but to have like a team up that a lot of people care about. So let's just jump into some of the fucking meat and potatoes here. The love interest. They changed her story out to where she was one of the doctors. In the actual comics, she's like a secretary / helper, whatever. Don't care about that. I think that her character was well done. You know, it's not like she was ever that big of a deal in the comics anyway. Turned her into a vampire. Obviously, spoiler alerts are coming in case, you know, you didn't read the title above, but spoiler alerts. They turned her into a vampire, which in my opinion was them setting up too, right? Or the second one, because they do it like right at the end. You see her eyes open up and she's got red eyes. Before that, she gets attacked by the best friend who also is a vampire because he took the serum himself whenever he wasn't supposed to, because Morbius made multiple vials, had like 3 total, I think. So, which was weird because instead of her taking a vial, she just bit his lip and the blood went into her system. Obviously turned into a vampire, you know, the good old, which was funny because that's like a really old vampire trope but they made fun of like other vampire tropes, saying that they weren't real in this movie. So like the first one they made fun of was uh, he tries to convince her to sit down and have a cup of tea with him, and she puts it in direct sunlight, and she's like, "Here, go ahead, grab it," and he makes reasons why he doesn't want it, like, "Oh, I quit caffeine." She's like, "Oh, it's decaf." And so he does the whole joking around like, "Oh God, ow, ow, ow," and he's like, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm not that kind of vampire." And then like later on about like how to kill the friend, she's all like, "So it looks like we need to get a stake, a wooden stake from a cross." And she's like, "Do you think that would actually work?" He goes, "No, I think that's nonsense." So like they make fun of like the classic vampire tropes, but yet they still used one of them. So is what it is, whatever. The love story or the love interest was not built up enough as a character. Like when she died, I didn't care. Like I literally did not care. It was nothing I cared for at all. So that was very interesting. Like I said, CGI was done very well. I think the way that they did like his movements and stuff, there might have been a little too much of the slow mo, in my opinion, especially like during the main fight. They did it a lot. I don't think we needed that much. It kind of felt like almost like an anime in that kind of like situation. But oh well, it is what it is. The final aspect where he's using his bat powers, which you kind of just saw happening behind me, that was kind of weird too. Like, I'm gonna use the force of the bats to fight this guy, da 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 da, and that'll be good enough. That scene right there. There's a part where he's all like, "Who are you?" Yeah, and he's like, "I'm Venom." It's like I guess that was a nod at the fact that like Venom's gonna show up at some point. Like him and Venom are gonna cross paths, which they already had him cross paths with another villain at the end of this. So if him and Venom are going to cross paths, then that's another Spider-Man villain. So then is Venom going to be the third member of the Sinister Six? Is Venom going to be an anti-hero that goes against the Sinister Six? Are we going to see a Venom and Spider-Man team up against the Sinister Six? Like there's so many different ways we can go here, and it's fucking nauseating. I wish we would have got better intel about what was going on, because I know a lot of people want to see Andrew Garfield come back. I'm definitely one of them, and I think that this universe would fit him the best. Plus, there's like a big scene that happens at the end, which we're about to get into here. Actually, fuck it, we'll get into it now. So, for those of you who haven't seen No Way Home, go watch it. It's a great movie. For those of you who have, there's a rip in the sky that we all see because of the spell. And that spell is causing people from other dimensions that know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker to come to Tom Holland's universe. That's how we get the whole multiverse breakdown to begin with. Somehow, Adrian Toomes, which is the name of Vulture, for those of you who don't remember, gets teleported to this dimension, which a lot of people say is the dimension that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man protects. So if he gets teleported to this dimension, he gets released from prison because there's no record of this guy, so therefore he shouldn't be in prison. He teleports into a prison cell. So there's no record of this guy, da-da-da-da-da. So it's like, all right, we'll get him the fuck out of here. And he then makes his Vulture suit and then meets up with Morbius at the very end. So that's like the whole, okay, they're getting ready to do the Sinister Six, because he's all like, I'm sure I got teleported here and it has something to do with Spider-Man. But, we should team up together because we could, really do something. So that's obviously where like that's going to start. Like I get that. That's fine. Because like by the end of Morbius, like he's not a bad guy, but at the end of it, it's like the cops are after him. He's never going to be able to live a normal life. He had to kill his best friend, and to him, his lover's dead. So like I could definitely see like how they finished it with like him being a bad guy, which real quick, because I just saw him on screen. Shout out to fucking Tyrese. I'm glad to see my guy in some more shit. Dude's a fucking boss. Plays the lead detective in this movie. Would love to see him like with a bigger role within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That'd be great. But anyways, so yeah, like I said, Adrian Toomes shows up, and so that's them confirming that this is not the Tom Holland one. Now, where there is some other interesting talks, is that there were talks that there could be potential other Spider-Man team-ups. So is that going to be a thing where they're going to kind of do like a Tom Holland and potentially Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man have to come and help Andrew Garfield now clean up his universe because of the Adrian Toomes bleed over and what that causes? Because we also have, once again, for those of you who have seen No Way Home, we also have the scene at the end of No Way Home with Venom, where he's sitting there talking and then he gets teleported back to his dimension but a piece of the symbiote stays behind. And we know for a fact that that was Tom Holland's dimension, obviously, because the movie's there, but he also has that guy that's talking to him about Iron Man, and we know that the Avengers do not exist in the other two universes. They made that clear in the No Way Home, once again, for those of you who haven't seen it. So it's definitely interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know where they're going to take it. Like I said, as like a one-off movie, it wasn't a bad movie. It's just not going to be on par with like anything you're used to watching Marvel related. I know they've had a couple of shitters here recently. I know Black Widow, in my opinion, was fucking terrible. I still haven't watched Shang-Chi yet, which I need to. I hear that one's really good. I heard, unfortunately, Eternals was a fucking shit show as well, which really sucks because I was excited for that one. But yeah, like I said, I don't know where it's going to go yet. I'm hoping for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I'm hoping that that's going to be a thing and come back, because that would be great. And I could definitely see it living in this universe. But once again, if these movies aren't getting any traction, the chances of us getting any further into the Sinister Six is going to be slim, unless they're really going to try to push for it. And they could just do like everybody gets a single movie, and then like the entire Sinister Six versus whoever they're going to verse, whether it's Venom or it's Spider-Man or it's both. They could potentially do that, but the way they set this up could very well be like a potential second Morbius movie. I don't know. Like I said, numbers are not good. And it's become more, that's the problem with the culture with today too, is like it's funnier for something to fail than it is for it to succeed. Like, people aren't making just like, oh yeah, I'm fucking good, go out and see Spider-Man, let's go. Like, it's like, okay, everybody's going out to see Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man. To where like whenever it's like one of these movies, it's all about the jokes about not going to see it, which then makes other people want to be part of that, so then they're not going to go see it, and then it's just round and round and round and round it goes. Once again, not advocating for Morbius. Like I said, this is definitely not a movie hill that I'm going to fucking die on. Go see Morbius or don't, I really don't fucking care. I'm just saying, if you are interested to see how these universes can continue to build and add more without any kind of financial success, they can't do that. So, like, if the sole reason you're choosing not to go see the movie is because of, like, oh, let's do it for the meme, like, it's really not worth it. Like, just fucking go see the movie, have your own original fucking opinion, and, you know, if you want to fucking talk about it, talk about it. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, definitely was not like the greatest movie I've ever seen, not the worst movie I've ever seen, but you know, hey, like I said, feel free to go out and see it yourself. Let me know your thoughts and views. Hit me in the comment section below. Give the likes, the subscribes, and also make sure to share. That's the best way to help us out. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.